Hi, welcome back to my channel. Yes, this is Robin Loves Reading, which is a channel that is mostly for content relating to books, book reviews, wrap-ups, TBRs, highlights, and things of that nature. But I think that after a lot of thought and consideration, there will probably be some coloring related content on this channel. So let's dive right into it with this box that's in front of me, and these are the mouchet permanent markers. I think there's 171 markers, and a friend of mine messaged me yesterday because she saw on our Facebook group, which is Shalene Tolan's, like Shalene Color and something with Shalene. Please forgive me, Shalene. And so she passed the word on to me, and I found out that they were, I think, $80 with 30% off. And so that came up to $61, and it was a deal just too good to pass up. I ordered them yesterday evening, and here they are right now. So let's open them. And if I bump the camera during any of this, please forgive me. And I do have a utility knife, but the scissors were right at my fingertips, so I used. Let's open the box. I might even show you. I'm going to take the box off screen for a minute so I don't hit the iPad when I'm taking them out. So let's do that. Okay. So here they are in this package. So they're packaged well. I'm glad because I did get an order from Amazon last night. That was absolutely horrendous. There was some health products like hair products and also peanut butter protein powder, and the peanut butter protein powder, the Cantu hair cream, it's like a deep leave-in deep conditioner. Well, that exploded in the box, so it ruined. That product was ruined, and my peanut butter protein powder was ruined. So that's coming tomorrow, a replacement. Okay, so these are Le Mouchet. Now I took French in school, so I know CHET is a like a shay sound. So they're the Le Mouchet markers, and it looks. Let's see this. I'm gonna off camera again. I'm sorry, but I think it's safer to do little things like this off camera rather than to hit the iPad because I'm trying a new setup right now, and I don't want to ruin it. Okay, so apparently it comes with this marker pad, which is good because I don't have any marker paper, so I get to play around with that. I'm not an artist by any stretch of the imagination, so I might even pass this on to one of my grandkids. So there you go again, the Le Mouchet markers. Okay, 168. I couldn't remember if it was 168 or 171. So let's open them and see. I'm excited for these, but I don't need them, but I'm still excited nonetheless. What is this? Oh, I think this is, have I seen something like this before? Let me, this is just a card. Yes. Oh, good. A little swatch card. Wonderful. Is it upside down? Yes, it was upside down. This is great. Okay, I'm going to swatch them with this, and then I will put this in a screen protector and put it in my Swatch book, which is not in my office right now. Otherwise, I'd show it to you really quickly. This here, I'm not sure what that is, so let me grab some scissors. It looks like it's some kind of a glove or something so that your skin oils don't transfer onto the paper. That's what I'm guessing. Yes, that's what it is. So you just, like so. I've seen someone use something similar to that, so something along that line. I'm not sure. I could have it on backwards. Maybe these two go on these two fingers, but I've never used anything like that. So here they are, 168 markers. And let me tell you why I bought them, although I don't need them. It's because I have, and I'll show you in a moment, I have the 180 set of CaliArts. I have the 51 set of CaliArt Skin Tone. I have other skin tone markers. And I have the 88 set of shuttle art markers. But these markers are very well spoken of in the coloring community because I believe in Canada and in the UK, where some of my coloring friends live, you cannot get CaliArts. So the people are using this brand. They're using a lot of brands, but this brand I've heard of so many times. So when it got marked down to just $61. I had to get it. So here they go. And the case is a little flimsy, but then aren't all marker cases flimsy? But there's a little trick. It's just simply putting cardboard on each end, and it will make the case a little bit sturdier. So these are the Le Mouchet twin tip markers, a broad point and a fine point. I'll just show you the points. Oh yeah, they did say on the packaging that you have to twist it a little bit because they made it more secure so that the tops don't come off in shipping. I did read that on the item description, so that's why they're a little difficult to take off. I think the first couple of times it's going to be like that, and then it might be easier, but that's a very good reason for them being difficult to open. So I can't wait to show up this box with some thin pieces of cardboard. But while I have your attention, why don't I show you my permanent marker collection. We'll start with markers that are pretty much going to be for my grandkids when they visit. And they are handy because I just put them in the cases last night. This is a Tombow case, a bag. I keep changing with the contents of this bag. I'm not even sure if these are going to stay here. These are the shuttle art markers that I bought a couple of years ago, and you can see shuttle art right there. And when I found the caveats, I took the shuttle out of a case and put them to the side because I probably will use the caveats. Will I use these? Probably not, and like I said, they can be handy for when the grandkids visit. These are Arteza paint markers, which I've shown in a previous video. So that's one part of my marker, just permanent marker collection, not other markers, just permanent markers. This here is the secondary, you see cat hair on here, my secondary marker collection, because I do have a primary collection. So I'm showing you out of order. What I just showed you is my, okay, who cares about the order? Those, you've seen a Le Mouchet and you've seen the shuttle art. Now what you're seeing here are Caveat brush tip markers. That's what these are. These 3 rows right here. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Caveat brush markers. These are the Arteza brush pens. Arteza brush pen skin tone, and then Touch New skin tone. And some of these are drying out because I've had them for a long time. But I will keep them here so that I can use them until they dry out. I did run out of room for my permanent markers from the 180 set of caveats, and they're in here. But I won't really mix them up any more than that because these right here are brush markers, and that's why they're in this case here. And this is an old case, and I wanted to make use of this case since I paid 20 or 30 bucks for it a couple of years ago. But I better maneuver my way into getting this case. Okay, and I know I hit the iPad. These are my caveats in a case. When I got the caveats, they were in the flimsy bag that they usually come in. And I just wanted to show you, I think this is 171 marker case, or 180 markers or so. No, let's see. This marker case holds about 170. So I put them in rainbow order as much as I was able to before I get around to swatching them. So here they are here, and the order is definitely going to change as they get swatched. I just wanted them in a case so I can begin using them as soon as possible. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows, and I believe there's 18 or so rows. So this holds 170 markers. And if I'm not happy with putting cardboard to shore up the new set of Le Mouchet, I will buy another one of this case from Amazon. And actually I will link this case in the description. I will buy a second of this case for my new markers. And if you see black in my house, then you're going to see cat fur because we have 2 cats. All right, that's my quick happy mail, not happy mail, mail delivery for markers that I was excited to get in my current permanent marker collection. All right, that's it. Thanks a lot for your time. Bye-bye. If I'm successful, I'm going to take this video that I'm making right now with what you see underneath this bag is another marker case and attach it to a video that I made yesterday when I received these Le Mouchet markers in the mail. And the reason I'm going to do that is because anytime you buy a big marker set, they come in these types of bags. I moved away from the iPad for a second to see if I had another one handy, and the bags are kind of flimsy, so the markers go willy-nilly. So what I sometimes will do is I will get, let's see, get a little stuck here. I don't want to pop the zipper. I don't want to pop the zipper here, so let's try this. Okay. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Is I will put cardboard in the front and in the sides and in the back to try to make the marker stay straight, but look at that, they're not staying straight. So what I did is after I made that video, I went ahead and ordered the case that you see underneath this bag right here. Now this is a huge marker set and it was on sale for $61 because the regular price had a 25% off deal. So after $82 you take 25% off, it was somewhere in the range of $61 or $62. So even though I have the cardboard in here, as you see, I just struggled to open the zipper. I'm not happy with it, so I bought this case and it just came today. So instead of me uploading that video yesterday, what I did simply was to hold that video until this case came. And now I plan on putting all these markers in this new case. I'm using my iPad, so there's only so much leeway I have regarding space, and therefore it's just a wee bit difficult. I'm sorry, it's shaking a little bit. It's just a wee bit difficult to get this whole case in the screen, in the shot, while at the same time allowing me to see what I'm doing. So we're going to try to work with it. This video is going to be kind of raw because the markers are not swatched yet, and so I'm going to do things kind of backwards. I'm going to put them in as close to rainbow order as I can, and then after that, after everything is put in cases, because I have bought maybe 20 different new things. I bought Caveat markers, I bought Caveat skin tone, I bought the Arteza paint pens, I bought, Arteza acrylic markers, I bought a new set of Prismacolor Premiers, I bought Castle Art, which is in its own case, the new Luminance colors, Neo Color 2s, and so forth and so on. And it's about 20 new sets. So after everything is sorted out, and after I get a new shelf that I'll be ordering later today, I will sit down and I will swatch everything. Will I swatch everything on camera? Very likely I will not, but there's always that possibility. So what I'm going to do now is, actually I have to my left, I have the markers set over to the left, and I'm going to just start grabbing them by color family and putting them in this case here, and then I will show you what it looks like at the end of the day. And so, oh, by the way, when you get this case, excuse me for the noise, it comes like this. I'm going to show you how it comes. Okay, so when the case comes to you in the mail, in your box, it comes like this. Okay, so now that I just took it apart, I will put it back together. So you do is you flip these backwards and you put this on Velcro here. What's nice is, because I did set up my Caveats in a black case like this, this will stand when it's full of markers. So it's a little flip-floppy right now, but that's a very temporary situation. I just hit the iPad and I'll probably hit it again, so just be patient with me because I don't do coloring stuff on this channel. But I'm excited that these Le Mouchet markers were on sale, and I'm excited that I was able to find a marker case that's big enough to hold all of them. So like I said, I'm going to work with color families, and there's not going to be any main rhyme or reason, just loosely grabbing colors that fit into a rainbow type order, and then when I sit down to swatch them out, then I will rearrange them slightly. And I just wanted to say also that what was I going to say? Oh, when I say rainbow type order, it's oh boy, we're missing a cap already. That's not good. Okay, see, this marker here does not have a cap, so we're going to put that on the table behind me, and maybe during the course of me placing these markers I will find that cap. That's a little disheartening, but that's okay because no doubt it'll turn up. So, oh, I know what I was going to say. Some people will put markers in or pencils in a case according to number. Some people will do it in any fashion that works for them. For me, it is rainbow, and I don't have my swatch book in here, and maybe at some point I'll pause the video, go get it, and resume the video. But if you were to see my swatch book, which has about 50 pages front and back, everything is in rainbow order from the smallest set to the very biggest set. And so I just show you what I'm doing. You see, I'm not really being picky. I just want to start with creams and yellows right here. And that's all I'm doing. And I'm working to my left. I really can't show you because I'm not, because I'm using the iPad and not the iPhone, I don't have as much flexibility to shift this to the left or to the right. It's better for me just to leave it like it is. And also, I'll be warned that I will probably go out of screenshot more often than I would really prefer. Now, I'm rushing this for just for the sake of expediency. So some of these colors, which I cannot see without coming extremely close, like, okay, you can see that. Some of these colors, like that's a soft white and some are soft pinks. So the colors, the order is not going to be perfect, but it will work for me because, like I said, I have over 50 pages in my swatch book, and I've been doing, even though I've been on a coloring hiatus, the rainbow order has worked for me from day one. Another thing that I wanted to say, I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. When I opened this yesterday on camera, it did come with a swatch card. And if you look at the swatch card, it's in numerical order. So yesterday when I opened it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll probably do that. But no, that's not how I'm going to do it. I will go to my spreadsheet on any of my devices, and I will create my own swatch chart. And when I create a swatch chart, what I do is I take a spreadsheet, a blank spreadsheet, create it to have as many pages as many rows and columns that will fit on one page. And then what I will do is I will literally type in every single name. So it's going to be a long process, and that's certainly not something that I would do on camera, but it's the way that I've done it. And whether or not what I would possibly do, should I now I see a color of Splendor, so I'm going to just put that to the side for a minute. What I possibly would do is, after I type up my swatch sheet for this, for my Neo colors, for my Castle Art, and my Poly colors, and all of those other sets that still need to be swatched, when I after I've typed all those up, and then I want to go and color them in, you know, fill it in like somebody would fill in a swatch sheet, it's going to come out great. And time is my friend, because I have a lot of time, and that time is free time, but also I have a lot of experience with swatching. So between and with creating spreadsheets. So you take the time I have, my spreadsheet experience, the fact that I'm a very fast typist, and I will sit down and I will put in an entire spreadsheet together. But before I do that, Google is my friend. So I will Google this to see if there happens to be, I know you're not seeing everything I'm doing. Like, let me just back it up here. Let's try that for a second. Let's try this. We're going to try this for a minute. I might be able to work this way. I will Google this to see if there happens to be a typed, if somebody, like say on Pinterest or Reddit or there's another site, I can't think of the name of it right now. There might be a typed list of, oh, here's another color splendor. There might already be a typed list of these 168 mouchet markers that I can convert into a spreadsheet that I have yet to create. And if there's not, no worries, because I type like 150 words a minute, so to create a typed spreadsheet will work. I'm not sure that I'm going to do that, so if I do, and if it looks pretty and if it's worth sharing, then I'll be glad to share. If I'm not going to do it, then I'll tell you that as it goes. Now, I just want to slow down for a second. I want to look at these colors: lavender, dark blue light, and warm gray. And I'll show you why I stopped. Look at these colors: dark blue light and warm gray look very similar according to the cap, but I don't want the grays with the blues or the purples, so I will separate those. I pulled these out because you got blues and purples, but here I noticed that I have yellow ochre and warm gray. So as I'm talking to you, colors that look similar, but by my experience prove that they really are not, I'm already in the process of separating them. And the only reason that I am even able to do this is because swatching is something that I am extremely fond of doing, and the rainbow order is something that is just pretty much easy for me to do. And if it seems like I'm doing this backwards by not swatching before I put them in the case, I'm really not, because once these families start to come together, these color families start to come together, then I'll be able to snatch them out and rearrange them rather easily. So this is sand, so I'm trying to move my browns. This is like a green, like a turquoise kind of, so that's going to go over here. And so I'm slowing down just a minute here to make sure there's no other creams or yellows, and I don't think there are. So now I think I will move into, let's see, what colors do I want to go? I'm going to move into oranges and red, oranges, pinks, and reds. And I'm going to do this for the sake of time. I'm not going to separate oranges, pinks, and reds. I'm just going to put them in close proximity to each other. And then when I do this in phases, I can rearrange from there. Okay, if I hit the iPad, you gotta forgive me. Okay, now as this gets done, remember it's going to stand up like that. So it's pretty cool. So I said we're going to do pinks, oranges, and reds. So I'm just going, and then I think after I get the pinks, oranges, and reds, I will work with blues and greens. Then I'll work with browns and then grays. That's the order that I'm going to do it. Now the lighter colors like the cream and the beige and those colors there, those are in the yellows, by the way, those are a little bit more sorted, pre-sorted already, but it's these colors, these middle colors, I'll call them, that are not being sorted right now in any way other than the groups that I mentioned. And by, oh, I hear my grandson with his little maraca toy, so think my husband shut my office door, so you will hear him. And if he knocks on the door for his Nana, I will have to let him in because he's a baby and he doesn't understand that Nana needs a minute. So we'll see. In any event, like I said, I'm just shooting for oranges, reds, and pinks, and not really pulling those out. By the way, I think one thing I didn't say, and I think I'm going to do, is purples. Nope, I haven't grabbed any. Great. I will put the purples after the oranges, reds, and pinks, and then I'll go into my blues and greens. So maybe, let's see, we'll go oranges, reds, and pinks, and then we'll go purples, then we'll go blue, and then we'll go green, and then we'll go gray. Oh, you can't see anything that I'm doing. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's get this. Okay. So if you'll bear with me when you pop off, when I pop out of the screen, just remember that I'm working with an iPad. I'm trying to prove to myself that I do not need a webcam in order to incorporate coloring on this channel for the very few times that I plan on doing it. I don't plan on making this a coloring channel. As you know, it's called Robin Loves Reading for a reason. But if I'm going to just do helter-skelter color-related content, then it's... Oh, my son Aaron is here. I'm going to pause this. Did you miss me? That's my baby boy Aaron. He is 29. No, he's 31. Oh my goodness, my kids are getting old. So in any event, let's see. Okay, so I was pulling out the pinks, purples, and oranges. I don't see any more. And I said the pinks, oranges, and purples. And then I wanted to grab... What else did I want to grab? Now I lost my train of thought. I know that I want the blues and the greens, but I feel like there was something else I wanted to do. But all right, so since we've got the pinks, purples, and oranges, and I see a couple of lavender colors here, we're going to stick these in. And now that's, I see two more. So that's bronze. This is a violet. So forgive me for hitting the iPad, but oh, I think I might have been saying before my son knocked on my office door. By the way, I'm interrupt myself to say blue is going next. I'm trying to take the temperature, so to speak, of my mood and viewer response to see if working coloring into this channel is something that I want to do long term. And so since this is a test of whether or not I might do this with this channel, I don't want to invest in a video camera because, okay, you can't see the bottom of the case because I have a shelf unit on my desk which prevents me from sliding this marker case back. And if I had been thinking about it, I could have simply used my jigsaw puzzle table, because if I had used my jigsaw puzzle table, I would be able to slide this back further. But this is a shelf and it's 6 inches, so that's why I keep going off screen. Okay, so now I'm going to just grab a bunch of blues. It'll only take me a second to grab them. And I'm a very methodical type of a person, so what I'm doing right now, you will be surprised that if I decide to swatch 180 Cagliards and 168 Le Mouchet plus the brush tip Cagliards, once I create this format I'm going to use, that will be much quicker than you would even imagine, even when we're talking about hundreds of markers. But I'm not a colorist on any type of platform right now, so that's not something that I'm holding my breath and weighing pros and cons and so forth and so on. I'm just excited that I got my hands on these markers at $61. And yes, I had to spend money on the case, but like I showed you, even though I shored up the case with cardboard, I don't see many more blues. Even though I shored up the case with cardboard, it was still too flimsy for my liking. So now I'm going to love having them in this case, and it will help me to figure out some type of a system that I'll use in order to use all of my products. Okay, so that's all the blues. Okay, so now I've got a few greens sitting on my desk. There's one blue right here. So let me throw these greens in as I'm seeing much more of my arms than I'd rather you see, but so be it. Oh, let me tell you something else while I am doing this. I've been walking around the house between my living room, my bedroom, my dining area, and my office to decide on what type of shelving I wanted in order to make it so that my my coloring products would be as close, supplies, not products, in order for my coloring supplies to be as close to me as possible. So this is the decision I came up with. Right now in my office, I have two huge bookshelves which are full of jigsaw puzzles. Now, I wanted all my jigsaw puzzles in here, and they all fit in here. But then, when I decided to start coloring again and went kind of nuts on Amazon and Etsy and all these other places, cult pens and whatever, I started buying a lot of stuff, so therefore I don't have space for this stuff. So I decided that if I'm going to be doing a jigsaw puzzle, it is one puzzle at a time. So why not buy a new shelf that would accommodate all of my jigsaw puzzles, which is about 85 or so, and put that shelf in my bedroom on a wall. I have, 58 inches is just shy of 6 feet. So that's how wide a wall is in my bedroom that's just sitting there. And even if I didn't want to use that wall, I have two windows in my bedroom, and I could easily convert one of those areas for a new shelf. So as it turns out, I think that the 5 foot wide or the 6 foot wide, 58 inches bookshelf, it's a cube style bookshelf, would be ideal for me. And so when I get that shelf, I think I'm going to have it on the 20th. Today is the 15th. So when I get that shelf, of course, it's going to be a matter of waiting for hubby to build it. But when I get that shelf, I'm going to move all of my jigsaw puzzles into my bedroom on this wall. And then I will take the existing shelves that are in my office and put all of my coloring supplies in my office. And it makes sense to me. Okay, I'm going to interrupt myself for a second. I'm out of greens, so now I have browns. Okay, so we're going to go with like terracotta, bronze, light brown, beige, not really beige, but we're going to grab some browns. I'm going to take all of my coloring supplies, which are currently in my bedroom, and they are flanking my television and underneath my television. What I mean is I have a huge shelf unit that my 70-inch TV is on, and it has all of my pencil cases. And so I will take, and it also has my pencil drawers, which is my backup pencils, and I think I have 15 or 16 drawers full of backup Prismas, backup Polys, even backup Holbeins. So I am going to take all of those coloring items out of those spaces, the two bookshelves that flank my television and the shelving unit that's under my television, and all of those things are coming into my office. And then what am I going to do with that space, since it's all going to be empty and all the puzzles that I have in here will already have a place for the TV? Well, one of the bookshelves is very, very flimsy, and it's kind of on its last legs. So that the bookshelf that flanks my television on the left is trash. I'm going to dispose of it. So that means that the extra space, there won't be really extra space there. I can just simply put my walker underneath the window, and that's that. And then I tried to figure out in my head last night, again, I'm walking around with a tape measure for the last 48 hours. And do you know that I'm getting close to the bottom of this and I don't see that marker cap? Oh, yes, I do. I think I just found it. Remember I said I had a marker cap? It's a yellow. So let me show you how I can put this yellow in as close proximity as possible. Like this color right here is more, I think it's actually a gray, so that's easy. So that's the missing marker cap. Okay. So let's see, I pulled out a warm gray. So see, I had that in the wrong spot, so that's perfect. So what I'll do is, all my coloring things will be in here with me. And the space that I am getting rid of, the shelf that I'm getting rid of, that shelf has most of my coloring books, and which will be coming in here. And it has a whole magazine type case. I'll just show you one. You see this here? This is a magazine case. I have maybe a dozen of those in my bedroom with extra planner supplies. So I will probably take those cases and put those underneath the television on that shelving unit that's sorry, I've got to lean over this way. Please forgive me. I will probably take those extra planner supplies, and move them to where my marker cases are right now. Okay, I'm getting down to the wire, and I think I did pretty good. I only literally have 2 browns. That's how quick I am. Let's see if I can come back a little. See that? Yeah. I just have 2 browns left, and then the rest are grays, like warm gray, cool gray, cold gray, whatever. I'm not reading them. Remember, this is just an eyeballing rainbow order. That's all it is. In any event, oh, I know there was something else I'm going to do. I'm also getting a nightstand, because my nightstand is kind of dilapidated right now. So that's kind of going in the trash too when I take that weak bookshelf and throw it away. And I'm going to be rearranging my nightstand area so that the other coloring card that I actually used as a coloring card when I was coloring on a regular basis, well, I repurposed that, and it's kind of like a double nightstand. I already have a nightstand, and then I've got all of this extra stuff I use every day that goes into that coloring card. And I almost ordered a second coloring card, and I'm like, no, buy a new table or a new nightstand and take the existing card that's in the bedroom and turn it into a second coloring card. So this office, as small as it is, will indeed have 2 coloring cards. What will go on each card right now, me and the diagrams are trying to figure that out, but we haven't found the answer to that question yet. And one of the reasons that I will be rearranging my nightstand area is I've got a 17-month-old grandson in the house, and he loves to come in my room and grab anything off of that cart and run so that I have to chase him. Now, it's been raining here in Massachusetts, and when it's rainy, my arthritis and fibromyalgia go nuts. So I can't chase this baby. So I have to move things that are catching his attention. So I am reorganizing my bedside area as well, because the baby should not be touching some of the things that are on that cart. And this is a new thing of his, grab and run. I don't know who taught him. Look at this. This is a 171 count case, and I have 170 Le Mouchet markers. The last two, by the way, are the colorless blenders. And I have one spot left. Anyway, this little kid loves to grab and run, so that we will chase him with whatever he grabs off of my cart. And things that I have on that cart are my medications, including my eye drops, my analgesic creams, pens, markers. That stuff all has to go out of sight so this little guy does not grab them. And so the bedside area is getting redone. The television area with that shelving space is getting redone. The puzzles are getting moved. All of the coloring things will be in my office. I will have 2 carts instead of 1. And guess what? My markers are done. Let's see how sturdy this is. I don't know, because I just got this before I started this video. Not as sturdy as I would hope, but it doesn't really matter, because this could easily lean into a coloring cart if I'm using these markers. So there we go. See what I said about rainbow order? And now that they're pretty much in rainbow order, like I'm not sure what color is this. This looks like a green. Let's see what it is. Yes, it's a, what kind of green? Dim green. So all I will do is simply pull out this brown. Let me show you how quick it is to rearrange something that's not in the right order. This goes brown up to here, and this goes brown here. So I will take this out, put this, can you see what I'm doing? And then go to the area that I pulled it out. See, I was able to keep my rainbow order in order just by moving 2 markers or 3 markers. So once I either locate a, I wanted to tell you that one other source. Well, anyway, once I figure out how I'm going to create a coloring chart, a color chart, I will create that chart, and most likely I'm going to swatch while I watch other people live stream. I don't think I'm going to do any of that on camera, but anyway, that's it. This is a long video. I do have to edit it together since Aaron came by, and I'm happy to show you this. Let's close it so you can see what it looks like when it's closed. And let's see, again, this is new to me, so it's not even configured, so let's configure it. And then this one a little too tight, so let's loosen this bad boy up. There we go. And let's take a quick peek at all my markers now. So that's my Le Mouchet. These are my Calyards. Same exact case, just different colors. Okay, I can't do that. That didn't work. I wanted to show you from the side. These are more Calyards here. Let's move this over here. These are more Calyards here. These are Calyard brush tip in here, and this is a much smaller case. I think this is a 120 case. I have a Tombow bag that has my shuttle art markers, my skin tone markers, and a few other odds and ends, and that holds an inordinate amount of pencil markers because it's just an open case that doesn't have any slots. All right, so that's it. I'm going to end the video. I'm going to edit them in together and post this tonight on my channel. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.